Have you ever stood beneath a tree so ancient that it predates the rise and fall of civilizations, outlived empires, and silently watched as the world changed beyond recognition? Imagine listening to whispers carried through time echoes of mammoths walking the earth, ancient fire rituals beneath the stars, and Viking ships slicing through unknown seas. These aren't just trees, they are living monuments, silent sentinels of history, wisdom, and resilience. Today, we take you on a journey across continents and centuries to meet the oldest trees on Earth and the incredible stories they tell. But before we wander into ancient groves and windswept mountains, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story where nature becomes a time machine. High in the White Mountains of California stands a gnarled, wind-battered, bristlecone pine named Methuselah, a name derived from the oldest man in the Bible, estimated to be over 4,850 years old. Methuselah began its life around 2830 BCE for the construction of Egypt's Great Pyramid. With twisted branches and sun-bleached bark, Methuselah doesn't look grand in stature, yet its modest appearance conceals a powerful truth: survival through extremes. Bristlecone pines thrive in high-altitude regions, where few others dare take root. Their secret: they grow so slowly and endure such harsh conditions that their wood becomes dense and resistant to decay, almost like nature's armor against time. Every knot, every ring in its trunk is a time capsule. It's said that Methuselah has silently stood through volcanic eruptions, ice ages, droughts, and even the rise of modern industry, never asking for anything in return, just existing, patiently and persistently. From the windswept peaks of California, we cross oceans to Sweden, where in the Fulef Mountains resides old Tjikko, a clonal Norway spruce with roots dating back nearly 9,560 years. While its trunk appears young, it regenerates. It is the root system that tells a story stretching back to the Ice Age. This tree's story is not just one of age, but of adaptation. As glaciers retreated and the landscape shifted, old Tjikko adapted, growing a new trunk when an old one died. It stands as a perfect example of nature's cyclical wisdom, deaths and rebirth working in harmony. Think about that. This humble spruce first emerged around the same time humans were learning to farm in the Fertile Crescent. When the wheel was invented, old Tjikko's roots had already been tangled in the soil for millennia. Now, let's travel to Chile and Argentina, deep into the forests of Patagonia. Here stands El Milenario, or the Gran Abuelo, meaning the great. This towering Fitzroy cupressоides tree is believed to be more than 5,000 years old, possibly surpassing even Methuselah. Unlike the bristlecone pine, Gran Abuelo rises majestically over 60 meters tall and resembles the towering redwoods of California. For indigenous Mapuche communities, this tree isn't just old, it's sacred. Legends say its spirit holds the memories of their ancestors, and its leaves whisper forgotten songs. When the wind moves through the forest, only recently have scientists confirmed its true age, using known invasive methods, and some believe it may be the oldest individual tree on Earth. It's a haunting thought how many storms it must have weathered, how many explorers and loggers passed it by, oblivious to the ancient witness towering silently among them. Speaking of giants, let's look to the giant sequoias of California's Sierra Nevada, among the largest and most massive living organisms in the world. While not the oldest by root count, their sheer size and longevity make them unforgettable. One such titan is General Sherman, a tree over 2,200 years old and standing 83 meters tall. Its trunk alone wails more than 10 blue whales. These trees are so massive that early settlers hollowed them into houses, taverns, and even stables. Despite the scars humans left, the sequoias endure. Their thick, fire-resistant bark allows them to survive wildfires that destroy entire forests. In fact, fire helps them, it clears competing vegetation and opens their cones, ensuring the next generation will grow. The story the sequoias tell is one of strength, fire, and rebirth, an echo of nature's paradox, where destruction is part of renewal. Moving across the Pacific to Japan, we find a tree wrapped not just in time, but in cultural reverence. Jōmon Sugi, located on Yakushima Island, is the oldest cryptomeria tree in Japan, estimated to be between 2,100 and 7,200 years old. With its dense, moss-covered trunk and mythical presence, Jōmon Sugi is almost otherworldly. It stands deep within a primeval forest, so isolated and sacred that access is limited to preserve its integrity. The tree takes its name from the Jōmon period of Japanese prehistory, meaning it may have first sprouted while pottery was being shaped by Japan's earliest people. For the Japanese, this tree isn't just a botanical wonder, it's a spiritual anchor, a being to be respected, not just observed. Pilgrims and nature lovers alike take days to hike through the misty woods to reach it, hoping to stand in its presence and feel the pulse of ancient Japan through its roots. But age isn't always measured in singular trunks. Some of the oldest trees are entire clonal colonies, like Pando, the trembling giant in Utah. USA Pando is a grove of quaking aspens that appear as many trees, but they are all genetically identical, connected through an underground root system that is estimated to be over 80,000 years old. That's older than Homo sapiens as a species. Each tree stem lives for about 100 to 130 years, but the organism itself, the root system, has persisted since long before the invention of language or fire-making tools. Pando doesn't look ancient in the traditional sense. Its trunks are smooth, white, and whispery. But beneath the forest floor lies an elder beyond imagination. It's like discovering a prehistoric brain beneath a child's face, continuously regenerating. While holding memories of millennia, in Sri Lanka, another remarkable tree stands with historical weight. Sri Mahabodhi's sacred fig tree in Anuradhapura was planted in 288 BCE, making it over 2,300 years old. It was grown from a cutting of the original Bodhi tree under which Siddhartha Gautama Buddha achieved enlightenment. More than just old, this tree is a living religious relic, continuously tended and worshipped by Buddhist monks for over 2 millennia. Its leaves are protected with the same reverence as sacred scrolls. It's seen the rise and fall of kingdoms, colonial invasions, and technological revolutions. Yet its spiritual importance remains While other ancient trees tell ecological stories, the Bodhi tree whispers a tale of human faith and enlightenment, growing hand in hand with a philosophy that transformed half the world. Let us not forget the olive tree of Vouvs in Crete, Greece, which is between 2,000 and 3,000 years old, possibly older, still producing olives to this day. This tree may have once shaded the Minoans, one of the earliest civilizations in Europe. Its gnarled trunk is like twisted stone, sculpted by time and Mediterranean winds. Despite wars, empires, and modern tourism, it continues its quiet ritual, each year flowering, fruiting, and feeding the land. What stories would it tell? Perhaps of philosophers pondering under its shade or ancient Olympic athletes rubbing its oil on their skin before battle. In New Zealand, there's Te Mahuta, a giant kauri tree revered by the Mbori people. The name means Lord of the Forest, and according to Mbori mythology, Te is the god who separated earth and sky, bringing light into the world. This tree, estimated to be between 1,250 and 2,500 years old, is not just a being of age, but of sacred essence. Standing over 50 meters tall, its broad trunk seems to hold up the heavens. Visiting it feels less like encountering a tree and more like entering the chamber of a divine being. The Mbori don't just see a tree, they. As we trace the roots of these ancient trees across the earth, a powerful theme emerges: endurance, patience, and quiet wisdom. These trees have seen more than any human ever could. They've survived natural disasters, climate shifts, and human threats. They have witnessed the birth of writing, religion, music, and cities. They've grown through silence, not noise, through stillness, not speed. And in that stillness, they've recorded time itself, not in books, but in bark and rings, roots and branches. They are historians without ink, archivists without scrolls. Yet even these titans are not invincible. Today, climate change, deforestation, and invasive species threaten their survival. Some, like Pando, are shrinking due to human encroachment. Fires burn faster and hotter. Droughts last longer. Pollution seeps into soil. Will future generations still walk among these ancient beings? Or will they only hear stories, legends, and digital recreations? That's a question only we can answer with action. So the next time you walk through a forest, pause, look up, touch the bark, realize that you're standing in the presence of something far older, far wiser, and far more patient than any of us. Trees don't speak, but if they could, what tales would they tell? What memories would they share? If you enjoyed this journey through time and nature, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with fellow nature lovers. The oldest trees may not walk, but through us, their stories can travel the world. Until next time, keep exploring the wild wonders of Earth and listening to the stories hidden in its silence.